Girlfriend, have you ever wondered how you can silence your inner critic? You know, that negative voice in your head that tells you can't do what you want to do because it's out of your comfort zone? Well, we'll get to the bottom of this in today's video, and I will see you inside. Hi, my name is Ingafay, and I'm a confidence coach. And in today's video, we're going to talk about what is this inner critic. Have you ever wondered that? Well, girl, we'll definitely find out today. Secondly, we're going to talk about where this inner critic comes from. Once we know the source, then we'll know how to tame it. And last, but definitely not least, we will talk about how to deal with this inner critic. I'll give you a couple of tips, what you can do to deal with it and eliminate it as much as you can. Let's do this, shall we? So what is the inner critic? The inner critic is this negative voice in your head. Sometimes it's referred to as the ego voice. And this ego voice is a voice of scarcity. It always tells you can't do something, especially if it's outside of your comfort zone. It's a bold, continuous monologue of negativity. It's normally the first thing you hear when it comes time for you to make a decision. Some people refer to it as negative Nancy or negative Nelly, but it seems to always be there. Have you heard this voice before? Because I know I hear it on a regular basis. Comment below and let us know if you have heard this voice. Now that I've told you what the voice is, now let's talk about where it comes from. Where does the inner critic come from? The inner critic is something that is naturally given to us because of our survival instinct. We are naturally negative because we want to protect ourselves. We have to be that way to protect ourselves because we're on alert at all times. We also want to conserve energy, so we like to remain in comfortable situations where we don't have to exude any extra energy. So we are naturally lazy. So it made me think about the time when I was coming out of school and I had gotten my engineering degree. My natural thought process was that I was going to go and get a job, although I had aspirations of being an entrepreneur. I did that for 20 plus years until the point that I realized that I had to at least try to be an entrepreneur, to know that in my heart of hearts that I at least attempted. A lot of people don't feel that they can do that because they have the house or they have the kids or the lifestyle that they've become accustomed to. But I was the opposite of that. I felt like I had to at least try because I didn't want to have the feeling that what if I would have done it, then what would have happened? So I had to put myself out to at least try. Have you ever felt that way? That you wanted to at least try, but you had that negative Nancy or that negative Nelly telling you that you can't do it. What if you fail? How are you going to maintain the lifestyle that you've become accustomed to? I know of those feelings and I felt that myself too, and I had to see it through. It also made me think about a time like people like Michael Jordan, who did the and then some than most people do. And that's why he was one of the best basketball players that have ever lived, because he put in the work. He got up every morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, making it a point to work out with his personal trainer to improve his body, to improve his skills, to improve his strength. He did that. He put himself out there. He made that commitment and was disciplined the whole way. And that's why he was able to have the accolades that he had, because he put the effort in to make it happen. What if you were to put that effort in to make it happen? What things would you be able to achieve? What goals would you accomplish because you did the and then some and did it a little bit differently than most people did it? It's just a little food for thought. Now, before I go into how to deal with the inner critic, I wanted to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll be uploading a video every Thursday for your viewing pleasure. We don't want you to miss a beat. So be sure to click the subscribe button below the video. How to deal with the inner critic. I have learned over my process of moving from an employee to an entrepreneur that systems are needed to eliminate the need for discipline and willpower. because we are only going to have so much discipline and so much willpower when it comes to our just day-to-day activities, because we're weak. So why set yourself up for failure instead of relying on your discipline and your willpower? Why not just avoid the situation altogether? So when I say that, let me give you an example. I know when I was bodybuilding, I made it a point to not eat sweets. So in an effort not to eat sweets, does that mean I bought sweets and kept them in my cupboard and just said I wasn't going to eat them? No, I didn't have them in my house at all. So there was no need for me to be disciplined or have the willpower not to eat it. If it wasn't there, I knew I wouldn't eat it. I eliminated the decision to have to overcome resisting the urge to do it. I know that as a human, I'm naturally inconsistent. So I had to put systems into place that would allow me to still be consistent by avoiding having to resist the temptation. We all have the best intentions, but there is a gap between our intentions and our results. The gap is what hinders us from achieving the results we desire. I realized that I had to have systems and structures to set me free when it came for me to dealing with this inner critic. I had to manage my emotions by eliminating the choices and the emotions that would cause me to act in a way that I did not want to act. And I know that you can do the same thing too. We get ourselves in trouble when we think that we can rely on willpower or discipline to overcome different things because we're weak. I've come up with a couple of tricks of the trade on how you can systemize silencing this inner critic. So as entrepreneurs, that we can make more money as a result of being more creative. Our creativity is hindered when we listen to that inner critic. So in an effort to silence the inner critic, I have a step-by-step plan on how to overcome that. You can actually learn this step-by-step plan by participating in my Prosperity Scope Bootcamp, where we'll give you a systematic way to silence this inner critic so you can make more money and be more creative and walk out the life and the dream that you have for yourself as well as your family. If you're interested in that link, it's in the description below. Just click the link for the details. You'll have all the information you need for our next bootcamp, and we hope to see you in our next bootcamp. And as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.